Now, we are going to sew the belly on the body. Find the center of the head and count 9 rounds. We need to sew the belly on the middle place of round 9 to 14. Put the belly on and turn down the side with the yarn tail. Take yarn tail of the belly and thread it through the yarn needle. Insert the needle in the stitch right under the front end of the yarn tail and bring it up under the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat 1 stitch on the belly and draw yarn through. Continue with 1 stitch on the body and 1 stitch on the belly to connect the 2 parts. Repeat around the belly until we make our way back to the beginning. Repeat with 1 more stitch at the beginning to cover the first stitch. Now, insert the needle into next stitch on the belly, draw yarn through. Don't pull tight. We can see a ring left between the stitch. Insert needle into this ring and pull tight to make a knot. Then poke the yarn tail inside to hide it. Thread the yarn tail through the yarn needle. Put on the tail and turn the side of the slip stitches line down. Stuff the tail with stuffing cotton. We need to sew the tail on round 12 to 15 of the body. Align the center point of the head and tail. Hold your left hand against the tail. Insert the needle in the stitch right under the front end of the yarn tail and bring it up under the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat one stitch on the tail and draw yarn through. Continue with one stitch on the body and one stitch on the tail to connect the two parts. Repeat around the tail until we make our way back to the beginning. Repeat with one more stitch at the beginning to cover the first stitch. Now, insert the needle into the next stitch on the tail and tie a knot. Then poke the yarn tail inside to hide it. Put the spines on the slip stitches line of the body. Thread the yarn tail through the yarn needle. Insert the needle into the stitch at the center point of the head and bring it up under the next stitch from right to left. Draw the yarn through. Repeat one stitch on the spines and draw yarn through. One stitch of each spine is enough to connect the spines and the body together. Repeat along the spines. Make one more stitch at end of the spine, draw yarn through. Now, insert the needle inside and pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the body. Tie a knot. Then poke the yarn tails back inside to hide it. Thread the black yarn through the yarn needle and tie a knot at the end to embroider the eyebrow and mouth. We need to embroider the mouth between round 7 to round 8 and embroider the eyebrow across round 5 above the safety eyes. Insert the needle into the stitch a few away from target stitch on the right side, bring it out of the middle left stitch between round 7 and 8. Insert the needle into the stitch with 2 stitches away on the right. And bring it out of the stitch on round 5 with 1 stitch away from the left safety eye. Count 2 stitches on left and insert the needle into the below stitch. And bring it out of the symmetrical stitch of the right end of the left eyebrow. Insert the needle into the below stitch on right with 2 stitches away, and bring it out of the first stitch where we insert the needle. Tie a knot. Poke the yarn tail back inside the body to hide it. Now, we have finished the dinosaur.